Hi guys, thank you for signing up for this program. I think it's going to be very good. Very good. Good for everyone involved, not only you, but also those who are going to be discipling you. Now, I know that when you signed up for this, you didn't really know what it was, so I want to kind of tell you so that you can have the opportunity to let me know if it's not for you. Um, James Jackson, Kristen Jackson, Chris, and I, we're all committed to doing some one-on-one discipling with different teenagers in the youth group. So if you're watching this video, you've agreed to this, you signed up for this, you answered the text, or told me that you'd be interested in this discipling program. I do want to let you know that it's serious and it's not something to be really taken lightly. Um, it's something that's going to require you to work and to put in some effort on your part. Basically, the way it's going to work is, if you want to go through with this, you'll be paired up with either me, Chris, Kristen, or James, and you'll meet once a week, sometime for about 30 minutes or an hour, and you'll just get to know each other at first. But after your first meeting of kind of getting to know each other, you'll start talking about areas in which you want to improve in your spiritual life. The question that they're going to ask you is, um, how do you sense God wants you to improve your life? And once you kind of figure out your answer to that question, they're going to help you to break down what God wants you to do to improve your life into sort of manageable goals. Because the only way that we're going to develop spiritually and be more like Christ is if we're intentional about it. If we just kind of say, yeah, I want to be like Jesus, or yeah, I want to be more the person God wants me to be, well, it's not just going to happen on its own. You have to plan for it and actually uh, take steps to make those things happen. So, that's the purpose of these groups. Basically, what you'd be committing to is 2 months, about 8 or 10 weeks of meeting every week with your person, one on one. During that time, you would just talk about your life and how things are going and how you're progressing as you make those goals and try to achieve them. It's not going to have any homework other than what you decide to do yourself. It's not going to be a big time commitment, just one session per week, every week for 10 weeks. And in the end, everybody involved will be growing spiritually and will be closer to how God wants them to be. So if that's something that you feel like God's calling you to do, something that you think you need to do in your life, then I welcome you to join it. No one's going to have hurt feelings if you watch this video and you hear more about what it really is and you decide, I just didn't, it's not what I was expecting, it's not for me. That's okay. You can do it later. I would much rather you say, no, I don't want to do it, than to say you do want to do it and then only do a halfway job, or tell them you'll meet them and then you don't show up. So that brings me to another point. If you would agree to do this, and I hope that you do, um, I'd like to ask you to show some real respect for the people who are going to be hanging out with you. Make sure that if you set an appointment with them, you keep it. Make sure that if you say you're going to do something, you do it. They're sacrificing their time and their energy to spend it with you, and ask that you just give them what they deserve. And I've asked them to do the same thing. If you want to have a little bit more idea of what your meetings are going to be like or how they're going to go, you can look at the other videos that I've uploaded. They're labeled Session 1, Session 2, and Session 3 and beyond. You can watch those if you want, and they'll help you to get a grasp on what your meetings are going to be like. Thank you for signing up. I think you'll really enjoy it, and after you've completed this time, I think it's going to be really good for other members of the youth group who maybe weren't courageous enough to respond to the text message, or who didn't think they had time or didn't think that they were up for this challenge. I think it'll be good after you've done it to kind of be advocates for this program so that they can follow in your footsteps and do this good thing. Thanks, guys.